USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence. This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes. Building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Royally Rich Lifestyle with me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And me, Helena CHARD. We've got a great show for you today.
We have such a good show for you today and a new launch of a new project as well. So let's roll the titles and let's get on with the show. Well, that was an incredible, I always love the start of our show and showing off London as well. But Helena, you've got a whole pile of great royal stories this week.
I have, and we shall have a chat about them. So I think let's start with the state opening of Parliament. So that was fun and games. So the biggest event in the parliamentary calendar. Everyone was incredibly busy. It's spellbinding. It's a mix of symbolism and spectacle. And of course, the new government, we heard lots of new things that they're hoping to achieve, which sort of knits in quite well with our launch GB, which is good. So it was truly majestic. And the fun thing about it as well is seeing King Charles and Queen Camilla with all their regalia on and seeing King Charles read the King's speech, which he obviously hasn't written, but he has to sort of talk in this sort of almost monotone way. I don't know what he thought of the speech, but anyway, he did a very, very good job. But it's the fun little things that the quirks that we hear, because this has been going on since the 1600s.
I think the thing I noticed is he doesn't wear glasses when he's reading it, and I thought Charles wore glasses these days, but obviously he doesn't.
Invested in contact lenses.
It might be contact lenses.
There are such things.
But it's just, but he reads it very, very well, I have to sort of say.
He's so good. He is really, really good. But it was great seeing him in the, well, we didn't see him necessarily in the robing room, but we saw him in state crown and all his ceremonial outfit, as we did with Queen Camilla. And sort of leading the royal procession, House of Lords, through to the, where he was seated on the throne. And there's all the funny bits, the bizarre rulings that we see. So there was an MP that was held hostage, which was funny.
And I think we're just about to show, aren't we, Samantha Dixon?
Yes, Samantha Dixon. I mean, she was chosen this year. I mean, she had a great time, it seems. So it's a bizarre tradition, dates back to the 1600s, and I think it's more between when Parliament and the royal family years and years ago were a little bit more fragile, a bit more strained. And obviously, she goes there, and she can just watch it all from there. It's so that King Charles is returned.
Absolutely, she's pictured in the House of Commons. She wasn't there. She was kidnapped.
She was drinking a G&T and watching it all on television.
She was kidnapped, was the thing. And apparently, the history, as Helena is saying, is that she is not allowed to leave Buckingham Palace until the King's on his way back and is safe.
But there's lots more traditions. I mean, if we had more time, we could do a whole show on it. But they are so funny. But this is what people love. This is the pomp and ceremony and all the funny traditions that we've had over the years, and the whole world loves them.
Absolutely.
So it's really great. And going back, it's been a really fun, sporty time. We've seen so much. We've had the football, we've had tennis, but I think we're going to start with a right royal, embrace, I think, for Princess Catherine. We saw her at Wimbledon Centre Court at the Royal Box, and it was just so beautiful. She turned up, it was girl power. Her sister Pippa was with her, her daughter Charlotte. And as she walked through, everybody stood up and just cheered, and it was just like a whole embrace, wasn't it? It was just a really lovely time. It was a great standing ovation, and she was seen sort of mouthing "how sweet," so she felt incredibly blessed and delighted. So that was really great. Charlotte met tennis players. I think the ladies' single champion gave her her winning tennis rackets. Djokovic and Alcaraz was a great match, and obviously Princess Catherine gave Alcaraz the cup because he was the winner. So Spain was very, very busy winning that day. So all was good. Catherine looked beautiful and elegant, wearing that beautiful purple dress from Safia with nude pumps, and Princess Charlotte's dress, the polka dot dress, completely sold out. So it's the Princess Charlotte effect now. A huge, great big impact to our economy in children's sort of clothing. But I'm sure the world is actually missing the Princess Kate effect as well, because we obviously know that her clothes and her style, etc., brings in lots of money. So I think the fashion industry are missing her at the moment. But great, that's her second major thing that she's attended, and she'll be at lots more, I'm sure. Meantime, Prince William and his mini-me Prince George were at we're watching the England team perform against Spain, and they were screaming and hugging each other, and it was a real sort of father-son sort of closeness, which was lovely. And
although we're showing the end result when they were both in total dismay when we lost.
Yeah, they're mimicking each other, which is one of those things. It went well for Spain, but it was great as well that the Spanish king and youngest daughter was there, because it's that soft diplomacy that we always really like. But it was a bit callingly awful. Meanwhile, royal fans demanded justice for Prince Louis because he hasn't been anywhere. But I think, it's just that he's a bit young, that's all. I'm sure he goes lots of things. And also the King and Queen, their official Channel Islands trip. Now that was fun. Here we're showing the picture. That's a great picture that's Louis watching the football with Charlotte. Charlotte 9, Louis 6. It's a lovely shot. That's a shot that Princess Catherine captured, which I think is very sweet. But look at that small TV they're watching it on. I do approve.
Absolutely.
Isn't that great? Yeah. So moving on to the King and Queen's official Channel Island thing. Obviously, Channel Islands, crown dependencies, relationship going back to the 1100s. They were so excited to have them there. They haven't been there since 2012. And they were shown so many different things, that they've got agriculture and livestock, and I know that King Charles was given some cows that were quite amorous, and lots of things happening. But one of the major things was a security scare. Now, everyone was sort of enjoying ice cream and various things, and then they were sort of gathered up and rushed off to a local hotel. So we feel it was a drone. Someone mentioned about somebody being on a roof, and obviously this is a bit of a scare, I think, which has happened since the recent shooting.
Yeah, with President Trump.
With President Trump. So what do you think? That's something quite fun. But I mean, it was good to see them. It was good to see them. But obviously, moving on, King Charles, who, as we're looking at him now, he's Prince Charles there, but there he was once shot on stage, just like President Trump was. Yeah. Very different situation. It was not, obviously it wasn't a Pennsylvania rally, it was in Australia, and it was an annual Australia Day, and it was 1994, and David Kang, 23, fired blanks. I think the Australian government was completely embarrassed. I think Prince Charles was incredibly unfazed by it, but it just goes to show what can happen. I mean, that was blanks, and you remember it, don't you, Ian?
I remember it well, because obviously I was covering things like that at that time, and I remember his security officer, who you can see pushes Charles out the way. Charles was stunned. He was stunned into not moving at all, and basically, as this guy was walking towards them still trying to fire his gun, then the security officer pushed him out of the way, and then they all collapsed on top of him. So I remember this extremely well at the time. It's in fact, it reminded me, because obviously I've been watching President Trump this week, and the potential assassination attempt as well, and talking a lot about it.
Gosh. But I think let's just say happy birthday to Queen Camilla, 77. It was business as usual for her. She was actually working on her birthday. And she obviously supports King Charles greatly. Yes. So, wishing her all the best.
Yes. And now Helena and we're going to present something called Launch GB, which is our new project, building bridges between UK and America. And thanking again ALB UK TV and Helena Castrati for his help, and really in America, USA Global TV and Radio with Dr. Jacqueline Kerback. So you're going to see two clips that I think that really epitomises Britain. One is the royal family, and one is about business. What do you think, Helena?
Oh, I think it's great. We've got the King's speech, which is really important, and it's highlighting opportunities for all. So, and also the other bit being business, which is really great. It's incredibly empowering, and that's what our section is all about.
Okay, let's show you what we're talking about.
My government will govern in service to the country. My government's legislative programme will be mission-led and based upon the principles of security, fairness and opportunity for all. Stability will be the cornerstone of my government's economic policy, and every decision will be consistent with its fiscal rules. It will legislate to ensure that all significant tax and spending changes are subject to an independent assessment by the Office for Budget Responsibility. Bills will be brought forward to strengthen audit and corporate governance alongside pension investment. Securing economic growth will be a fundamental mission. My government will seek a new partnership with both business and working people and help the country move on from the recent cost of living challenges by prioritising wealth creation for all communities. A bill will be introduced to set up Great British Energy, a publicly owned clean power company headquartered in Scotland, which will help accelerate investment in renewable energy such as offshore wind. My government recognises the need to improve water quality, and a bill will be introduced to strengthen the powers of the water regulator. My government will ensure a strong defence based on the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation's common values of individual liberty, democracy, human rights and the rule of law. Its commitment to NATO will remain unshakable. It will maintain a strong armed forces, including the nuclear deterrent. My government will continue to give its full support to Ukraine and its people, and it will endeavour to play a leading role in providing Ukraine with a clear path to NATO membership. My government will play its part in trying to secure long-term peace and security in the Middle East. It is committed to a two-state solution with a safe and secure Israel alongside a viable and sovereign Palestinian state.
If there's one unmissable event for business owners, SMEs, entrepreneurs, startups, or anyone deeply involved in the business realm, it's the London Business Show. This event, spanning over 25 years, has been a cornerstone, drawing thousands of startups, renowned brand exhibitors, and fostering open face-to-face communication and networking opportunities. Being the largest business event in Europe, the Business Show is an absolute must-attend. Held at the XL London venue, conveniently located near London City Airport, it serves as an ideal destination, not only for UK-based professionals, but also for those worldwide. The best part? Admission is free. Attendees can anticipate a wealth of opportunities, connections, freebies, keynote speakers, masterclasses conducted by leading brand names, and a variety of interactive games or quizzes. The Business Show unfolds over 2 action-packed days, but even a single day visit promises a wealth of information and enjoyment. Join us in this video as we cover the highlights of this incredible event. Doors to the venue open early, but the talks and masterclasses kick off at 11 AM. Arriving around this time, we face the delightful dilemma of choosing where to start amidst the busy venue, bustling with countless visitors and exhibitors. As we navigated through the hall, engaging with various exhibitors, we got into different discussions about their brands and their motivations for participating in this event. Our interactions revealed a common thread. the business show offers unparalleled brand exposure, acting as an impactful marketing tool for SMEs and startups to effectively communicate their messages and visions while generating new leads, which is what headline sponsor of the business show, Intuit QuickBooks' senior account manager and consultant Hiren Patel shared with us in our brief interview with him.
And now we will have our wonderful friend Philip Sykes from the British School of Excellence. But first of all, we're going to play a video that he's just recently produced.
Today we celebrate a great human being's birth date, Nelson Mandela. President Mandela's message around Ubuntu is not just a historical relic, but a timeless call to action. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of community, compassion, and mutual support. Ubuntu, a Nguni Bantu term, often translated as I am because we are, or humanity towards others, embodies the idea that an individual's well-being and success are deeply tied to the well-being and success of others. Nelson Mandela's message around Ubuntu was a call for humanity to embrace mutual care, empathy, and collective responsibility. He championed these principles throughout his life and leadership, advocating for a world where each person's well-being is tied to the well-being of others, fostering a spirit of unity, cooperation, and shared humanity. In our fragile world, can we all please adopt and practice this incredible term, Ubuntu?
And now we will welcome Philip Sykes, our great friend from the British School of Excellence. We have some wonderful questions to ask you. Philip,
hello.
How are you?
Very well, Helena. Hello, Ian.
Oh, good to see you, Philip. The new government, as we know, Labour is basing sort of principles of fairness and opportunity for all. And so thinking about business, if you could let us know how you built your business up, that would be great to hear.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been an incredible journey. I've been privileged to, over the last 12 years, form the identity, form the brand of what was originally known as the British School of Etiquette, now the British School of Excellence. They go hand in hand. And it really started out by looking at very serious comprehensive programs in the importance of etiquette, manners, emotional intelligence, building professionals, building youngsters, giving people the tools to be more confident. This is not about a list of do's and don'ts. We've fundamentally focused on becoming accredited. No other organization in our industry or sector had ever had themselves accredited. So that was a huge focus, because to the audience, to you, Helen and Ian, this is something I truly believe in, is cementing a foundation and then leveraging off that. Our focus has been quite strategic. We obviously have a professional website. We focus on displaying our credentials on there and getting people to give feedback. Their testimonies have been very powerful and prolific in our advancement in the marketplace. We do a huge amount, as we do along with you both, on social media, on the TV scenarios, TV scenes. We get the opportunity to engage with the BBC, as well as the Wall Street Journal and many other organizations that we have had the privilege to connect with over the years. We also focus on content marketing, so we get people to write up a huge amount over various scenarios. Recently, we actually released an amazing article that Nelson Mandela shared, sharing his story about Ubuntu and his journey into how he inspired me as the founder of the British School of Excellence here in the UK. And again, media coverage, public relations, we focus heavily on building our alumni network and referrals. And again, we adapt very sensitively to cultural adaptation. So we spread our wings throughout the world. And I think the British School of Excellence really we promote ourselves globally through this mix of high quality programs, it's robust marketing. We really do go above and beyond. We very rarely say no to an opportunity, and hence why I have the privilege to engage with you two amazing people on various different channels and platforms.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you.
I mean, the reality is that we're launching now Launch GB, which is really a new bridge between UK and America to actually promote Britain to America. What type of advice would you give to businesses and to young people wishing to be sort of exposed to American audiences?
Great question. Yeah, the American audience, I know many brands and companies and organizations have tried to put a foot into the American market. Some have been exceptionally successful and some haven't. My guidance is to understand and get to know the American culture, get to understand, you know, the way that the Americans like to receive information, the way they like to engage with it, and the way they like to be sort of dealt with in whatever manner that might be. In my opinion, it should be done professionally. It should be done very much wearing the way the Americans like to sort of engage. And that for me is fundamental. And in any business, whether you're going into America, you're going into the Middle East, you're going to Asia, just listen to what your audience requires. Find out how you can support them and help them, and then you can then engage on a far more dynamic level.
Thank you, Philip. I think there are lots of younger people at the moment who are wanting to make a fresh start and to sort of put their ideas into businesses. I've heard of something, I don't know if you work with this, which is the rule of 12, and I wondered whether you would be able to share that with us.
Okay.
It's about making a good impression, I think.
Okay, give me an insight into the rule of 12, if I may ask.
So I think it's what I've heard. It's that you, wherever you are, from 12 foot, you want to make a good impression to whoever you're meeting. So not just when you're sort of almost upon them. So from a distance. I sort of read something about it, and it seemed a good idea, I guess. But maybe it's not something that you work with.
No, it definitely is. I haven't heard that term, and I love it. I'm going to do some research, but I totally get the idea and the way it is proposed. The rule of 12. For me, people see you before they hear you. It is fundamental that we as human beings start to show up and engage on a dynamic level. And actually just yesterday, there were some statistics that were sent to me, which I have here, which is actually rather sort of disturbing in the sense that the statistics came from some American research. And what is quite interesting is on this particular scenario, it was focusing on that during job interviews, employers say that recent college graduates have struggled with eye contact, 53%, asked for unreasonable compensation, 50%, dressed inappropriately, 47%, used inappropriate language, 27%, and refused to turn on the camera during a virtual interview, 21%, and 19% brought a parent to an interview. Now, that just gives me an understanding in statistics that never underestimate how important it is for you to show up with putting your best foot forward. Do your research, understand that your first impression counts in such a huge way.
Wow.
Bless you, Philip. So finally, how can people get in contact with you?
Please look at our website, which is the 3Ws.thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Reach out to us at hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. We have a WhatsApp number. We have a chat bot on our website. We love engaging in conversation. You can book a call with us as well through our calendar, which is on our website. So please reach out to us. We love engaging.
Philip, thank you so much again for your always inspirational advice. Thank you so much.
Very empowering. Thank you.
A great weekend.
Same to you. Well, that was a very interesting program again, wasn't it?
It is. It's quite empowering.
We're launching Launch GB as well, which is our new way of actually helping Britain to actually be seen across the world, and especially in America. So I hope we've created another great show. So from me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And me, Helena CHARD.
I would just like, again, as always, to thank Helidon Castrati from ALB UK TV for allowing us his time and his platform to be able to work together. USA Global TV and Radio with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck as well, and really with our new project, which is Launch GB. It's an aim at building bridges between Britain and the rest of the world for heritage, culture and businesses. So for me, have a good week. See you next week. Bye for now.